La noche se acabó.
We got everything we need right here. Wine and burning chemistry. You and me alone. You and me alone. Inside of our embassy. Everything we need's right here. Make me sing along. Sing along. I never thought I'd ever be stuck by you. I never thought I'd ever be stuck by you. Oh, watch me dancing in the colors, lightning blowing up a thunder, wash it over me. We got everything we need, right? Watch me dancing in the colors, lightning blowing up a thunder, wash it over me. Yeah, we got everything we need right here. Moonlight on your naked skin, summer's blind us to giving. Where you wanna go, where you wanna go. Stars align onto your face, pretty sweet, your sour taste. Make me sing along, sing along. I never thought I'd ever be stuck by you. I never thought I'd ever be stuck by you. Oh, watch me dancing in the colors, lightning blowing up a thunder, wash it over me. We got everything we need, right? Watch me dancing in the colors, lightning blowing up a thunder, wash it over me. Yeah, we got everything we need right here. Sharing all your deepest dreams, wonder what they really mean, yeah. In the empty bottle lies all the answers. Break down all your memories, feel the things you wanna feel, yeah. In the empty bottle lies all the answers. Oh, watch me dancing in the colors, lightning blowing up a thunder, wash it over me. We got everything we need, right? Watch me dancing in the colors, lightning blowing up a thunder, wash it over me. Yeah, we got everything we need right here.
Hello, everyone. Hope everyone is doing well. This month is flying by. Won't be too long before almost at the end of the year, and what a year it's turning out to be, my goodness. And I feel like we haven't even seen the half of it, which is the scary part, but I'm not going to dwell too much on the negative. Couple of updates for today. Thank you to all the new subscribers that are coming in. I do notice and see you. It's actually the first time my page has grown that much in a while. Definitely, I think being active again, or more active again rather, is helping. So it's great to see some new faces, or new names rather, because I can't see your faces. Great to see some new names and all of our regulars. Okay, everyone can hear me okay, right? Hi Cinderella, hey April, hey Wanda, hey Carol, hey Kathy G, hey Vera, hey Benjamin, hey Faith, hey Electra, hey Brenda. All right. Just a reminder, if you are new here, if you are new around, you can join membership via YouTube or buy me a coffee. Right, let's get on with it. Trump is in town, and Andrew has been dusted off from the cupboard that they keep him in, which is embarrassing, disgusting, but not surprising. They want to shove it in our faces how much they don't care about Epstein's victims, how much they want to protect each other, how much they want to protect people who go after vulnerable women and girls. It's just gross. And none of this is ever by accident, you know. So we had a member of the royal family die recently, and they were having her funeral. Is it the something of Kent who passed away? Let me just double check. Who was it? The Duchess of Kent, who passed away, and they had her funeral. And Andrew was front and center, by the way. Let me just get the pictures. Just absolutely vile. Just makes me sick, to be honest. He was front and center with Sarah Ferguson. She came for the funeral. And also, I think she was on one side and Charles was on the other side. Just give me a sec. My images were just being a bit slow there. Oops. Can y'all see the image okay? I don't know if it's my internet connection. Hang on. And can y'all hear me okay as well? Yes, Vera, that's another thing. Camilla was not there, which is interesting. Now, word on the street is that Camilla and this lady were not friends, and that's possibly why she wasn't there. But in light of a so-called announcement that was possibly teased, remember the blind item that we got from that gossip site Demois, that an announcement would be made? It's quite interesting that Camilla wasn't there. Interesting also that Edward wasn't there. Now, I don't know what excuse they gave for Camilla and Edward not being there. I'm sure they'll come up with something. But that's interesting. Now, but I'm sure they'll have all the time for the Trump state visit, but not for the funeral of a family member. Very interesting. Andrew just looks like an absolute ghoul. He looks so ghoulish and just evil and gross. Sophie looks like she absolutely does not want to be there. She looks fuming. So I wonder if that blind item was actually maybe about her and Edward, because she just looks really angry. Not even like sad and somber for a funeral, but she looks absolutely horrified, especially standing next to Andrew. What a weird bunch of people. Electra, you said Kate became Charles's favorite person today when he throws William out. Yeah. There was an interesting moment where Kate went and cheek kissed Charles. She still had her hands on his shoulders and then she curtsied. And then as Charles turned away, you could see her face drop, like the mask dropped, like she's so fed up. Like, that's how good these people are at wearing a mask. The second you turn around, face drops. Like a bunch of emotionally stunted people who have all the money, all the wealth, all the privileges, and are still miserable and mean. And that's why they'd be looking the way that they do. Cinderella, Fergie looked happy to be there. She will be happy to be anywhere that she's invited. After they mocked her, embarrassed her. Now, some of that embarrassment was self-induced, by the way. That she chooses to still stand by the side of Andrew because she has nothing else. So yes, she's absolutely happy to be there and be involved and be front and center because she's got nothing else. Oh, Edwina is abroad? Is that so? Interesting. Abroad doing what? Nothing impactful, I'm sure. Marcia, you said, why is Ford Fiesta looking so mean? That is a good question. That is a very, very good question. I mean, if Edwina is abroad, you'd think that maybe she'd be a little bit happy and relieved. Some time alone. Not that she should look happy at a funeral, but it's like she doesn't even look sad. She looks furious. She doesn't look sad that this person's dead. She looks mad. And okay, so if Edwina's away on holiday, what's Charles doing? Oh, sorry, what's Camilla doing? Why wasn't she there? What's the excuse they gave for her? Electra, you said Fergie actually had a job before her marriage and wrote. Why not go back to that? Well, people would actually have to buy her book. And her being so connected to Andrew, I don't think many people would buy that book. So that's why. Yeah, she will be pretty much irrelevant once Andrew's gone. So Elaine, you said Edwina is on a royal visit. You just can't remember where. Of course you can't. Where's Edward? Nobody knows. Doing what? Nobody knows. For what? Nobody knows. But here's Andrew front and center. This is how they tell us that the bad guys get to win this round, unfortunately. I know that there's something going on with Epstein's victims and them trying to come together to get something done. There's also a lot of conspiracies surrounding a certain podcaster being unalived recently, that he was calling for the files to be released, and there's all kinds of conspiracies around that also. And being that, Andrew would, I mean, we know that he had dealings with Epstein. What other dealings he had, I don't know if we'll ever know. But the fact that he's a member of the royal family and that a lot of people are asking for these files to be released, that would be more of an embarrassment for the royal family, or at least bring attention back. I feel like they've been embarrassed enough by Andrew, but it would bring attention back. Benjamin, you said, I don't get something. I thought Charles tried to take Royal Lodge. Now they're friendly, or is it for cameras? I think it's for cameras and just to send a message that Andrew is still protected and front and center. I think that's the reason he's there. To just say, especially because some of the victims of Epstein came out recently again. I think this is just their message and saying, there's nothing really you can do. I think that's the message they're trying to convey. This guy is protected. Edward is in Papua New Guinea. Well, I don't think he'll do anything useful, but he'll probably get himself a good tan. So that's one good thing. Was the funeral broadcast on BBC? I don't know because I don't have a television. I just saw pictures online. Wendy, you said Princess Diana and Duchess of Kent were very good friends. Camilla never wore black for mourning because she couldn't care less. I've heard people say that. To be honest, I don't know for sure, but I've heard a couple of people say that, and maybe that's why she wasn't there. Kathy, I believe Camilla has some kind of sinus. Oh, is that the same as the mysterious COVID she got that one time when she was meant to be going to an event and she came down with the COVID? Always getting weird sinus infections and things out of nowhere. But I'm sure she'll be nice and fit and healthy to meet Trump, right? Anywho, yes, Electra, Andrew is protected, but Harry can't get security. Got it. Exactly. They prove over and over again that they're very selective about who gets protection and who doesn't. I think somebody answered that question about the funeral. Oh, the funeral wasn't televised, just saw bits of it. Yeah, I think they just showed bits of them going into the chapel and then coming out. All right, so that was that. Trump arrived. One thing I want to say before we get on to that. The narrative so far has been that William despises Andrew. It was quite interesting to see them having a chinwag and a chat. Now I wonder, because these people, they know how optics work, if Andrew made a point to chit chat to William. And then let's just see in the next few days if we get briefing upon briefing of how William was just trying to be friendly because it was a family funeral and he actually doesn't like Andrew that much. Because the narrative is that William despises his uncle. But here they are having a good old chinwag at a family funeral. Let's see if the briefing comes. Let's see if I'm right. Kate not looking too great. Has she dyed her hair? Have they gone back to the brown? I just noticed that actually. It was like virgin on platinum blonde for about 5 minutes, and then now we've gone back to the brown. So is that just a wig piece or something? I can't help but feel like actually that whole thing with the hair was literally just so that she could get headlines about her hair. Like that's how desperate we're getting now. Also, I guess the Daily Fail got a telephone ring. So you had Amanda Platel. She wrote an article. Originally, William and Kate have become the prince and princess of boring. This is why they need to stop sulking around and take a leaf out of Harry's book or risk Charles's wrath. All of a sudden now, she posts another article. I'm so disgusted with myself for the cruel thing I said about Kate. I'm choking on my words. Now I know the truth. Kate, I'm just so sorry. So how much did she get for writing the second article? And then the absolute trolling within the article is just hilarious. This has got to be trolling. Like this can't actually be serious. She says, given her high profile in the diplomatic proceedings, I am now astonished that Kate, mum of three with 5 nannies and 60 servants, by the way, who, let's not forget, is still recovering from cancer. I mean, I thought it was precancerous cells, but okay. Even managed to squeeze in those 2 textile factory visits alongside the extensive preparations required for Trump's visit. Extensive preparations, what would those be? New hair extensions? I can only imagine how many hours are required to plan her outfits for the coming days. For she will certainly perfect the respectful, dazzling, dignified looks fit for a presidential visit. How many trips did her hairdresser have to make to finish a hairdo upon which to perch a priceless Windsor tiara? When I wrote on Saturday, I was forgetting that when Kate puts on the glamour and the glitz, her presence is incomparable. She is still the shining jewel in the royal crown, one of the most photographed women in the world, with a magic of Princess Diana. Y'all. I mean, whatever pays the rent, darling. But that whole thing was just ridiculous. And the code switching from William and Kate need to come out the house and we're going to bash them in the tabloids if they don't to this. Fascinating. It literally just shows how in bed they are with the tabloids. Also, Camilla Tominey, who I haven't heard from a while. I guess she crawled out from underneath her rock. The Derangers are not happy with Camilla Tominey. According to the Derangers, because Camilla Tominey wrote one half nice thing about Harry, she is now a Sussex squad. And they've been trolling her and going after her. So she wrote, having spent years being trolled by Sussex nuts, I'm now being trolled by anti-Sussex nuts. Good to mix it up a bit. A mixed bag of nut bags. So she wrote originally in the Telegraph, "You'd have to have a heart of stone not to want Harry welcome back. Tin hat firmly on." Now, notice she only talks about Harry, not Meghan. Harry, who has a wife and 2 kids and a whole family and friends in Montecito. Still, they only talk about Harry coming back. So somebody else, a deranger who did not like that, wrote, "The narcissistic bully Camilla Tominey has gaslit all who support the Prince and Princess of Wales by viciously saying they have hearts of stone if they didn't support has been welcome back. And now she's crying she's a victim of her backlash and calls them all nuts. We see you, Meghan." So now they think that Camilla Tominey is some kind of plant for Meghan. And then she also says, so somebody else said, "You've got the new Sussex Muppet, Camilla Tominey, who is bullying William to forgive his toxic brother, and the great professional and coherent Victoria Arbiter. Abysmal difference." I think, I don't know what it was that Victoria Arbiter actually posted, but it must have been something remotely positive about Harry. And then Camilla Tominey responded to that by saying, "Are this lot on crack, genuinely?" I mean, they have to have been supporting and following you with your crack crazy articles all these years full of lies. And now that is the audience that Camilla Tominey built. An audience that wants lies, a false narrative, and bullying. And she's now shocked that they're coming after her. I don't really talk too much about the leaders of the deranger trolls because they're crazy and I don't really want their attention. But there's one particular called According to Taz. She's probably one of the top ones in that troll crowd, anti-Meghan troll crowd. She posted this. She said, "I understand why people were shocked by the sudden turnaround by Camilla Tominey's opinion piece about Prince William. It seemed a case of etu brute." Don't even know what that means. "Many royal supporters are upset with the constant attacks against Prince William and Catherine by members of the press, which has been relentless of late." See, what I think these people don't realize is that at the end of the day, for the tabloids, it's the bottom line that matters. So I don't know why they're surprised. Do the people who follow the Rota Rats think that the Rota Rats are loyal to them? They're not loyal to them, they're loyal to their pockets, which has been relentless of late, all while trying to push this Harry should be welcome back storyline. Well, of course I would push that storyline because it serves their bottom line if he was to come back. It also serves their bottom line if Meghan was to come back, more so even. But they're so vile in their arism, they keep behaving like her and her children don't exist. I think some people were also surprised at Camilla's reaction when her article didn't go down well with some, but calling everyone nutjobs or asking if this lot are on crack was a bit harsh. Was it really? I mean, the derangers be behaving like they're on crack. Many of this lot have previously defended Camilla online after she received death threats, including against her children, and also more recently being heckled at Wimbledon by squaddies. Not sure you ever saw her refer to them as crackheads. I mean, she's said a lot worse about us. Y'all are getting a taste of your own medicine. Like, what do you expect for being nothing but a troll and having fans and followers who are trolls? We still have not seen these people do one decent fundraiser on behalf of their faves. Not one. Anyway, to finish off with some funnies regarding the Trump state visit, somebody went to Windsor Castle gift shop and started putting these fake merchandise in the gift shop. I don't know how long they were there. I believe this is an activist group called Everyone Hates Elon. And they do these fundraisers to do these little pranks and funny things. So they did this. They made a bunch of merchandise and took it to Windsor Castle. Took it to Windsor Castle for Trump's visit. And they also made the biggest print ever of Trump and Epstein and put it on the Windsor Castle grounds. Iconic, if you ask me. That's the welcome that he'll be getting. Absolutely iconic. I believe the police did show up and tried to take it down, but they got it out long enough to at least take a picture. Also, the better half of the British media is getting ready to call out Trump. British TV station to air marathon of Trump's lies as he visits the UK. This is real, by the way. This isn't like an Onion headline. They will actually be doing this. The president's 2019 state visit to London was met with widespread protests. He's headed back this week. And there will be more protests. There are more protests being planned. Also, Chris Ship posted this. He said, someone should tell Donald Trump the reason the state visit is at Windsor Castle is not because it's the ultimate or better than Buckingham Palace. It's because the palace is rammed full of builders and building work. So they had to shift the whole thing to Windsor, just as they recently did for the French president. Yes. Someone please tell him. Who's going to tell him? From my understanding, isn't the Orange currently renovating the White House to look like some trashy gold-gilded dictatorship house? Gross. I believe it's Channel 4 that's going to have that show about Trump's lies. Trump versus the Truth will air Wednesday or tomorrow. And according to a statement provided to The Hollywood Reporter, the special will likely be the longest uninterrupted reel of untruths, falsehood, and distortions ever broadcast on television. The special will catalogue over 100 of Trump's lies and falsehoods with brief text-based fact checks, offering viewers the truth behind the tweets, speeches, and sound bites. Channel 4 Chief Content Officer Ian Katz told The Hollywood Reporter that he hopes the special programming will remind viewers how dangerous the world becomes when the most powerful man on earth shows little regard for the truth. And if President Trump cares to watch long after the state banquet, he may even clear up a few misconceptions. Channel 4, by the way, also did the expose on the duchy and the fact that the royals were charging charities and the fire service and the prison service to make money. So Channel 4 doing something decent. He also called Charles and Camilla his friends. Well, snakes of what do they call it? Snakes of the leather slither together. Snakes of the same skin slither together. I was going to say birds, but birds are actually nice. I had to use another animal. Okay, I think that's all I had to say. If you haven't watched yesterday's podcast, please do watch the replay. We talked about Harry and Meghan's new Disney documentary feature, which is coming up. Wished Harry a happy birthday. Talked about William's temper tantrums. I am absolutely convinced that he's having a narcissistic collapse. I'm sorry. I'm absolutely convinced. So go and check out yesterday's podcast if you haven't listened to it already. That is all from me today. Let's get through your comments and then we will wrap things up. Thank you as always, everyone. Okay. Oh, sorry, folks. My computer is running so slowly today. Raven, they have brought out the body language experts for Egg and the PDF file. the body language experts had gone quiet for a while, hadn't they? Body language experts who got their degrees from Groupon. Let's see. Wendy, you said the Royals are desperate for good coverage and high ratings this week after Harry's dominance. They're desperate for good coverage, but they're welcoming Trump with open arms and putting Andrew front and center at a funeral. I don't think they're desperate for good coverage. I think they're just desperate for coverage, period. Electra, this is why Harry won't be coming back anytime soon. You know what? It's days like this that I'm just happy that Harry and Meghan left. Because can you imagine they're at the funeral with Andrew being front and center while the whole controversy with the Epstein files is going on? What the British tabloids would be saying and how they'd be trying to spin Harry and Meghan into that. All right, folks, gonna end things there. Thank you as always, and I will see you tomorrow. Ciao.